I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Captain America Sam Wilson issue number 22. What became of the former Captain America after the fall of the United States to Hydra? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we get to catch on up with Sam and where he's been this year since Hydra's taken power in the Marvel Universe. It would seem that after the death of his friend Rage and the more or less coordinated shaming campaign against him as Captain America, Sam decided to go off the grid for a little bit. In fact, he had no idea the Hydra takeover was even a thing until they started bringing in their tanks and kicking down doors in the small town where he was currently staying. Worse still comes the realization that his former friend Steve Rogers is actually at the head of this new Hydra government. At this point, Sam still has no idea the extent of what's going on with Steve, Hydra, Kobik, the Cosmic Cube, or indeed the parts that Captain America played in torpedoing Sam's time in the Stars and Stripes costume itself. Now, as we saw in Secret Empire number 3 this week, one of Sam's biggest issues is that he's completely lost faith in himself, in the superhero community, but in more than anything, in the people he was trying to protect. While eating breakfast, Sam overhears 3 yokels talking about how great it is to have a strong leader like Captain America. He'll turn away all the evil aliens and keep all the muties under control. Well, I bet my unskilled ass could probably get a great job at the new Deathbolt factory. So yeah, these guys are really easy to make fun of and everything, but to play devil's advocate, they actually do bring up a pretty interesting point when Sam starts fighting with them. They say that Hydra must be alright, they must be the good guys now because Captain America vouches for them and Captain America is always right. And honestly, in universe, they would have been correct. Captain America normally is always on the right side. Even if he starts out on the wrong one, he'll usually see the light by the end. Throw in the fact that the president before the fall of the United States gifted Captain America special martial law powers, and the fact that the general populace saw Steve lift Thor's hammer, and you begin to see why so many people in Middle America are completely okay legitimizing this new Hydra regime. Sam is all but ready to blow this place when he sees a woman and her inhuman daughter getting harassed by a group of Hydra militants. Sam manages to run them off and save the day as only he can, but he's still not interested in getting back into the hero business. He sees where that road leads. Things change, however, when the woman recognizes him and addresses him not as Sam, not as Falcon, but as Captain America, saying that if anyone can help them, he can. And it's in that one glorious moment there Sam is able to pull himself out of the downward spiral of depression and start to try and help people again. He's not going to be able to do it on his own, though. He's one man and Hydra is so huge and all-encompassing. Because of that, he decides to play some calls to some old friends, Misty Knight and D-Man. As you might have guessed, Misty is pretty ticked to see him right now. He left the Captain America mantle and her with nothing but a note. But hey, work needs to get done, and because of that, they decide to put their relationship troubles on the back burner to help those in need, setting up a full underground railroad network for those looking to flee the Hydra government. And they're not just helping Inhumans either. Hydra is scapegoating all sorts of people. There's mutants who don't want to get torn away from their family and sent to the sovereign mutant city-state. Even a couple petty crooks and harmless costumed villains who don't want to get themselves murdered by Hydra. Sam and his crew get so good at running people over the border, he even gets reached out to by Scott Lang, the Ant-Man, hoping to get his own daughter to safety. Scott also attempts to recruit Sam for Hawkeye's new super team that he's building to resist the Hydra government, but once again, Sam refuses. He really is questioning everything he thought he held dear once. He says people out there, they don't want heroes anymore. That's why they rolled over so quick for Hydra. He says that maybe the best way to keep the memory of the Steve he knew and loved alive in his heart is to try and help the people he can. Sam also made Scott swear that he wouldn't tell Hawkeye and the rest of the heroes where he ended up, but hey, you know what? This former con of an Ant-Man isn't
exactly great at keeping secrets, is he, in the comic. Ends with Ant-Man and the rest of the Avengers undercover team coming to Sam in hopes that he'll shepherd them across the border so they can find the rest of the Cosmic Cube shards. Captain America Sam Wilson issue number 22 was overall a pretty cool tie-in. We get some nice background and logistical information about the world of the Secret Empire while also continuing to grow the story of Sam Wilson, his disillusionment with being a superhero, but maybe, just maybe, also a glimmer of hope that he might be able to find his way back to himself once again. The comic also asks a very challenging question too, something that I think is an undercurrent all throughout the Secret Empire event, and that is, how do superheroes save people who don't want to be saved? I don't have an answer to that question, nor did the comic really, but still, it's a very heady question. Overall, I feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. It's good stuff, both as a tie-in, and I think it will please those who have just been following and enjoying Sam's book since it started. So there you go, everyone. There's Captain America, just one of your many Secret Empire tie-ins that came out this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and while I have your attention, why not catch up on some of the other videos from the channel you may have missed from the week. Also, to keep up to date on everything Captain America and everything Secret Empire, might I recommend following me on Twitter at CapeJoel so you'll always know when the newest video is out. And lastly, if you're in the market for a nice comic book trade, might I recommend Book Depository. It's no joke my favorite place for buying comic book trades, and if you use my link down in the description of this very video, not only will you be getting yourself a great deal on some awesome reading material, but a small portion of every purchase you make via my link goes to support me in the channel. So you win, I win, everybody wins, I tell you. So until next time, everyone, this has been CapeJoel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again in another video. Bye-bye.